Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan sends a cable of thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King of Spain upon his departure from the Kingdom of Spain and praises the opportunities the meeting provided to strengthen bilateral relations and enhance partnership in various fields. His Majesty the Sultan and His Majesty the King of Spain hold a meeting with a number of Spanish businessmen at El Pardo Palace in Madrid. His Majesty the Sultan and the King of Spain, in a joint statement, affirmed the importance of cooperation to strengthen economic partnerships and to support innovative growth, and expressed their satisfaction with the existing partnership in the field of investment. His Majesty the Sultan and the Spanish Prime Minister reviewed the deep historical relations between the two countries and emphasized the importance of expanding areas of partnership and investment. His Majesty the Sultan and the Spanish Prime Minister witnessed the signing of an agreement and 6 memoranda of understanding covering numerous fields. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq departed the friendly Kingdom of Spain this evening, concluding his 3-day state visit. His Majesty was seen off at Barajas International Airport in Madrid by His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain, along with a number of Spanish officials and members of the Embassy of the Sultanate of Oman. Before departing, His Majesty graciously signed the airport's VIP registry. His Majesty the Sultan sent a cable of thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King, expressing his sincere gratitude for the warm welcome and generous hospitality extended to him and his accompanying delegation throughout the visit. His Majesty the Sultan praised the opportunities his meeting with His Majesty the King and His Excellency the Prime Minister provided to strengthen bilateral relations and open new horizons for partnership and cooperation in various economic, investment, cultural and scientific sectors. His Majesty also expressed his sincere wishes for continued success to His Majesty the King and for further prosperity and growth for the friendly Spanish people. His Majesty the Sultan was accompanied during his visit by high-level official delegation. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq and His Majesty King Felipe VI of Spain met today with a number of prominent Spanish businessmen at El Pardo Palace as part of His Majesty's visit to the Kingdom of Spain. At the beginning of the meeting, His Majesty the Sultan praised the level of economic and investment partnership between the two countries, emphasizing their keenness to develop them and seize all available opportunities to establish promising joint projects that will benefit both nations. The meeting was extended by the official delegation accompanying His Majesty the Sultan and several Spanish officials. A statement issued by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq and His Majesty King Felipe VI of the Kingdom of Spain emphasized the importance of cooperation in strengthening economic partnership and supporting growth and innovation. They expressed their satisfaction with the existing partnership in the field of investment and their shared desire to elevate the higher levels. The joint statement issued the occasion of the state visit of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to the Kingdom of Spain reads as follows. At the gracious invitation of His Majesty King Felipe VI of the Kingdom of Spain, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq paid a state visit to the Kingdom of Spain from November the 3rd to the 5th. The visit embodied the depth of the historical friendship between the two royal families, a friendship that spans decades and demonstrates the strong will of both countries to enhance bilateral cooperation in various fields to serve the interest of their friendly people. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq met with His Majesty King Felipe VI and His Excellency Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, where they extended views of bilateral and international issues of common interest. Both sides affirmed their shared commitment to supporting peace and stability in conflict zones around the world. In this context, the two sides discussed current development and exchanged views on regional situations, welcoming the peace plan signed in Sharm el-Sheikh, which led to a ceasefire, the release of hostages, and the entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. They expressed their appreciation for the mediation efforts of the United States, Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey, and considered the peace plan as a new glimmer of hope as it underscores the importance of reaching a joint solution and just solution that guarantees the legitimate rights of both Palestine and Israel based on the implementation of the two-state solution. They affirmed the right of Palestinian people to self-determination and to establish their independent and sovereign state within the 1967 borders, with East Jerusalem as its capital, in accordance with international law and Arab Peace Initiative. In this context, both sides stressed that the General Assembly resolution adopting the New York Declaration of Implementation of the two-state solution should serve as a roadmap for achieving lasting peace. They also expressed deep concern regarding the catastrophic humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip and affirmed their support for international efforts aimed at the full implementation of the peace plan in all its phases, emphasizing the need to deliver urgent humanitarian aid to civilians and rebuild Gaza. The two leaders urged all parties to ensure the success and the peace plan, respect international humanitarian law, and implement urgent and concrete measures to guarantee justice, peace, and security for Palestinians and all people of the region. Both sides stressed the importance of resolving disputes and conflicts through dialogue and peaceful means, respecting the principles of international law and the Charter of the United Nations. They affirmed the pivotal role of dialogue and diplomacy and agreed to cooperate at the bilateral and multilateral levels to enhance their constructive contributions in addressing regional and international challenges. On the bilateral level, both sides emphasized the importance of cooperation between their governments to strengthen economic partnership and support growth and innovation. The visit witnessed the signing of a mutual visa exemption agreement for holders of official passports, along with several memoranda of understanding in the field of culture and sports, clean energy transition, investment, water resources management, transportation, and agriculture. Both sides expressed their satisfaction with the existing investment partnership and their shared desire to alleviate it to higher levels as they discussed opportunities for cooperation in key sectors such as transformational industries, mining, tourism, artificial intelligence, energy, and space, emphasizing the importance of building a future based on cooperation and mutual understanding. In the presence of their Majesties and Excellencies, the ministers, a meeting was held with a group of representatives from Spanish companies in the field of energy, engineering, technology, and other strategic sectors. During this meeting, they discussed shared priorities and new approaches for cooperation. Both countries' chambers of commerce also held talks during which a memorandum of understanding was signed. Looking ahead, the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Spain affirmed their commitment to strengthening the strategic relations and deepening cooperation across various vital sectors, particularly in the energy transition with a focus on carbon neutrality, renewable energy and green hydrogen, as well as cooperation in water resource management, drawing on the two countries' extensive experience in sustainable water solutions. Stemming from the importance of communication among nations and based on their belief in the deep and long-standing human bonds that unite the two regions and the historical ties that bind the two countries, the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Spain expressed their commitment to enhancing cooperation in academic and research exchanges. They emphasized the importance of exchanging knowledge and research, making documents available and launching joint initiatives in historical studies through partnership involving government, academic institutions and the private sector. Both sides expressed their satisfaction with the visit's outcomes and their determination to build upon the current momentum and fruitful relations in a manner that serves the interests of both countries, as they affirmed their commitment to achieving a future of peace, prosperity, stability and interconnectedness for the benefit of all. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq expressed his sincere thanks and gratitude to His Majesty King Felipe VI and His Excellency Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez and the friendly Spanish people for the warm welcome and the generous hospitality extended to him and his accompanying delegation during the stay in the Kingdom of Spain. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq and His Excellency Pedro Sanchez, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Spain, held a bilateral meeting at the Spanish Council of Ministers headquarters at the Moncloa Palace in Madrid this morning as part of His Majesty's visit to the Kingdom of Spain. The meeting reviewed the profound historical relations between the two countries and ways of enhancing them to achieve the aspirations of both nations. It also discussed the latest international development and matters of common interest. Subsequently, an expanded official session of talks was convened with the attendance of the Omani officials delegation and their Spanish counterparts. During the session, they discussed the cooperation approaches between the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Spain based upon enduring foundations of mutual respect and joint interest, emphasizing the importance of broadening the scope of partnership and investment, particularly in the sectors of renewable energy, logistics, food security, manufacturing, agriculture, and agricultural production. The session also touched on supporting cultural and educational exchanges to fulfill the future aspirations of both countries. Preceding the session of talks, commemorative photographs were captured of His Majesty the Sultan with His Excellency the Prime Minister of Spain, following which His Majesty wrote a word in the VIP visitors registry. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq and His Excellency Pedro Sanchez, Spanish Prime Minister, witnessed today the Moncloa Palace in Madrid, the signing ceremony for an agreement and 6 memoranda of understanding between the two friendly countries covering numerous fields as part of His Majesty's state visit to the Kingdom of Spain. The agreement established a mutual visit exemption for holders of diplomatic, special and service passports between the Sultanate of Oman and the Kingdom of Spain. The Memorandum of Understanding covered the field of culture and sports, investment promotion, agriculture, livestock, fisheries, food security, water resources management and protection, clean energy and transport and infrastructure. On behalf of the government of the Sultanate of Oman, and the agreement and memoranda of understanding were signed by His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamid Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion, and His Excellency Engineer Salim bin Nasser Al Oufi, Minister of Energy and Minerals. Whereas, on behalf of the government of the Kingdom of Spain, were signed by His Excellency Jose Manuel Alvarez, Minister of Foreign Affairs, European Union and Cooperation, and His Excellency Carlos Cuervo, Minister of Economy, Trade and Enterprise, and His Excellency Luis Planas, Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq visited the tomb of the unknown soldier in Madrid, Spain, where he laid a wreath as part of his visit to the Kingdom of Spain. The tomb of the unknown soldier in Madrid is one of Spain's most prominent national landmarks, erected to commemorate and honor all those who sacrificed their country. The visit undertaken by His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq to the Kingdom of Spain has generated significant attention from Spanish media outlets. More details in the coming report.
Since the official announcement of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq's state visit to the Kingdom of Spain, Spanish media outlets have published prominent headlines reflecting the significance of the occasion. The newspaper Democrata highlighted news of the visit and touched on Omani-Spanish relations under the headline, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, Sultan of Oman, pays a state visit to Spain, where he is to meet with the King and Prime Minister. Meanwhile, El Periodico headlined its coverage, A historic meeting, Sultan of Oman visits Spain. Other newspapers focused on His Majesty the Sultan, highlighting his renowned wisdom, as well as Oman's steadfast principles and balanced foreign policies towards various international issues. In this regard, El Debate wrote, His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, a symbol of moderation in the Middle East, arrives in Spain. The visit of His Majesty gains particular significance as it marks the first state visit received by the Kingdom of Spain in about 2.5 years. The state visit highlights the depth of bilateral relations, affirm both countries' commitment to strengthening their partnership across various fields, and reflects the esteemed status the Sultanate of Oman enjoys with the Kingdom of Spain.
His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq sent a cable of condolences to His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. of the Republic of Philippines on the victims of Typhoon Kalmaigi, which struck the central region of the Philippines. To foster cooperation with the community and reaffirm its role as an active partner in the national development process, the Shura Council held its annual media meeting to discuss its efforts across various legislative aspects. Extensive discussions and inquiries took place, engaging with representatives from various media outlets. These discussions covered a range of topics related to the Council's work and its legislative and oversight responsibilities. They also explored mechanisms for developing communication channels with media institutions to enhance transparency and provide accurate information about the Council's work and activities. Their Excellencies and heads of the Council's standing committees reviewed the committee's roles in studying draft laws, as well as agreements referred to the government and monitoring the implementation of development programs and plans through various parliamentary mechanisms. The two-day seminar on available water resources in Al Brahmi and Al Dhahira governorates for sustainable projects concluded, highlighting the most important recommendations to improve water use efficiency in agriculture sector. More on this report.
In Wilayat Al Brahmi, the seminar on available water resources in Al Brahmi and Al Dhahira governorates for sustainable projects concluded. The event is organized by the Omani Water Society in cooperation with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Water Resources and the Office of the Governor of Al Brahmi. It brings together representatives from government, academia and the private sector for 2 days of discussions and collaboration.
We have limited water resources, and therefore the Omani Water Society is arranging this with the aim of evaluating what water resources we have in the region. We're also evaluating the rainfall and wadi flows and then also we are also counting the how much water we can recharge to the groundwater, and so the water resources can be used for sustainable projects.
The seminar aims to enhance the sustainability of water resources and to support agricultural and industrial development, as well as food security across the Sultanate. It focuses on assessing investment opportunities in agriculture and related industries, reviewing current water challenges, and exploring ways to ensure the sustainability of key projects in both governorates.
It's clear that the climate change now is impacting all the world, and it is also clear that the global warming has impacting the water and rainfall patterns over the world. In Arabia, in the Arabian Peninsula, it shows that most of the meteorological stations that the rainfall has been decreased over the past nearly 40 years. And this combined by increasing the temperatures. So such seminar and workshops will help to check and see how much exactly the water resources have been impacted.
Discussions cover a range of topics, including the assessment of water resources, groundwater management, environmental impacts of development projects, and improving water use efficiency in the agricultural sector. Participants include representatives from Sultan Qaboos University, the Environment Authority, the Oman Investment Authority, and several private universities, along with members of the Shura and municipal councils and researchers in the fields of water and sustainability.
The Royal Academy of Management, in cooperation with the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, launched a specialized program to strengthen executive leaders across the cultural and creative industries and equip them with the skills needed to drive innovation, policy and sustainable growth. Here's more on this report.
As the creative economy becomes an essential pillar of national growth, the need for strong leadership in the sector is more critical than ever. Responding to this need, the Royal Academy of Management, in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, introduced the Leadership in Cultural and Creative Industries program to empower senior executives and decision makers shaping Oman's cultural landscape.
This program has been designed between the Ministry and the Academy in order to raise awareness about creative industries and the relation with economy and technology. We have this platform where we have many different sectors and people who hold interest in the subject. Looking forward to have some policies out of this and strategies for the future work. And we are glad to see this going on in a very right direction.
The program focuses on 6 core pillars: cultural policy, innovation, intellectual property, governance, finance, and the creative economy. The curriculum combines international expertise with local insights to empower participants with practical tools for leading cultural transformation.
The big idea here is that we've been thinking of creative industries as sources of economic value and growth, but they're also sources of innovation. And we want to understand how that happens and how to develop better innovation policies to help the Omani economy to use its creative industries to drive change and transformation.
This course, in fact, is more than a training program. It is a call to build an Omani creative economy that transforms our heritage and our talent into everlasting value for the nation and for the economy.
Participants will follow the intensive training with a 2 to 3 month implementation phase, applying learned strategies to real challenges in their workplaces. This hands-on approach supports national priorities, helping to turn creative vision into structured impact. This program is a strategic investment in leadership designed to align Oman's creative growth with the goals of Vision 2040. Reporting from the Royal Academy of Management, this is Saleh Bukhalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat Governorate.
This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan sends a cable of thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the King of Spain upon his departure from the Kingdom of Spain and praises the opportunities the meetings provided to strengthen bilateral relations and enhance partnership in various fields. His Majesty the Sultan and His Majesty the King of Spain hold a meeting with a number of Spanish businessmen at El Pardo Palace in Madrid. His Majesty the Sultan and the King of Spain in a joint statement affirmed the importance of cooperation to strengthen economic partnership and support innovative growth and express their satisfaction with the existing partnership in the field of investment. His Majesty the Sultan and the Spanish Prime Minister review the deep historical relations between the two countries and emphasize the importance of expanding areas of partnership and investment. His Majesty the Sultan and the Spanish Prime Minister witnessed the signing of an agreement and 6 memoranda of understanding covering numerous fields. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night and stay safe.